An update on the Astroworld incident and new lawsuits making light.
International travel is opening up after 2 years and how it will positively impact our economy.
Plus, a scare in an elementary school leaving 8 students ill after unknowingly taking drugs.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV News at noon. I'm Gabby Medina.
And I'm Christine Guevara. A Denton man is under custody today after a deadly crash that happened on October 22nd. Damon Brown was driving while intoxicated and was speeding as well. Brown ran a red light, and that's when he crashed into another vehicle, which killed 34-year-old man Aman Qureshi. Brown has been convicted with multiple DUIs and a murder charge. He is now being transported to the Denton County Jail. According to a police report, a 46-year-old woman allegedly set her husband's hair on fire after the two had an argument. The incident took place on Sunday, and officers were dispatched to the couple's home on Coit Street at around 6:00 p.m. Apparently, the couple had an argument after the wife made dinner and the husband ordered fast food instead. According to the report, the woman used a cigarette lighter to set his hair on fire. The man was not in pain, but he was left with a patch of burnt hair on the side of his head. The woman was arrested.
In a land settlement, the city of Denton will give $4.1 million to Robert Donnelly, who has properties in Denton and Crum. The land will be used to expand the road and build in a stormwater detention pond to control flooding. During a Tuesday meeting, members of Denton City Council came to a unanimous agreement on the settlement without discussion. Now, today was such a beautiful morning. It was not too cold, not too hot. It felt super nice.
Yes, totally. My walk to campus felt so beautiful and nice.
That's good.
But Texas can always switch up on us. You never know.
That is true.
Ryan, so what's the weather going to be looking like then?
Well, Christine, I can agree that Texas weather is notorious for being unpredictable. Speaking of which, let's take a look at what we got here in Denton, Texas at the moment. So currently we are looking at a temperature of 72 degrees. Southerly winds at 13 miles per hour contribute to a feeling temperature of 71 degrees. Cloudy skies at the moment, but it's going to clear up later this afternoon. Into tonight, we're starting to see some clear skies in the former half of the night with some clouds rolling in later after 1 a.m. Low will be 60 degrees. And southerly winds at 10 miles per hour will make it feel roughly 58 degrees. Tomorrow we are looking at rainy conditions with a 30% chance of rain and an actual temperature of 72 degrees. Southerly winds at 10 miles per hour and a feeling temperature of 73 degrees. Check back with me at full weather. Back to y'all.
Thanks, Ryan. The Astroworld tragedy already ranks as one of the deadliest U.S. concerts ever, with 8 deaths and several injured. Witnesses of the concert spoke out about the devastating night, saying they were being crushed against the barricades.
At the front of the barricade, and that crowd was just so intense, and just I was just up against the barricade the whole time, and it was just crushing my body as the night went on.
Travis Scott promised to offer a full refund of all tickets as well as funeral costs for the victims. Houston city officials say they are in the early stages of investigating what caused this incident at the event. And up next, see the new fraud scheme that could be putting our roads in danger.
And the U.S. borders are opening up to properly documented visitors. Stick with us.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
It's me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
There is a new danger on the road. Some small car dealers are illegally selling Texas paper license plates and making millions off it. These license plates make it easier for criminals to disguise themselves and lets dangerous cars on the road as well. According to officers who investigated, it is a level of fraud that is difficult to comprehend. And in North Texas, more tags were issued than some of the largest brand name licensed car dealerships in Texas.
At the age of 97, World War II veteran Vito Perillo won re-election as mayor of Tinton Falls, New Jersey last week. Jim Murdoch is here to introduce us.
September 22nd was my birthday. I was 97. And Wednesday, I was still 97. So it's just another day to me.
World War II veteran, retired Department of Defense engineer, retired CPA, great-grandfather, nonagenarian, and mayor. An impressive resume for someone who refuses to spend his 90s relaxing.
It's another job for me. You know, I retired 3 or 4 times. Every time I retired, I couldn't stay home. And I look in the paper, and a job wanted for this, and I'd apply, and I'd get the job.
At 97, Perillo may be the nation's oldest mayor, and he says his accomplishments in his first term landed him re-election. The new Wardell Park, home of these busy pickleball courts, even on a frosty November morning, opened in June. One of the mayor's proudest achievements.
So this one woman, I'll never forget, she said she was in an automobile accident and had a little brain injury. And when she found out about the court, the pickle court, she went out there to play. You know, she enjoyed playing. Not only that, she got out of her doldrums, like she was always in the house and therapy and whatnot. And she got to meet people. She made friends with people. And it changed her life 180 degrees.
Perillo attributes his re-election to running as an independent. He said that he is only loyal to the people instead of to a political party. He has not made the decision to run for a third term as of yet. There are many predictions for the Texas governor race of 2022. University of Texas at Austin and the Texas Tribune have put together a new poll with a hypothetical matchup. Greg Abbott has taken a comfortable lead over potential Democratic challenger Beto O'Rourke. However, recently, the poll finds that Beto could be inching closer with only 9 percentage points separating him from Abbott, 46% to 37%. O'Rourke is increasingly expected to challenge the Republican governor for a third term next year. Voters are anticipating O'Rourke's announcement in entering the race. Now, Gabby, I definitely enjoyed the breeze this morning. I feel like the sun gave us some warmth, you know, on my walk.
That's true. I can't give any complaints, but please tell me that sunshine is going to stay. Ryan?
Well, guys, I can assure you that sunshine could return, but I will talk about that in our 7-day forecast. Currently, we're looking at the Apogee Stadium camera, and we're looking at roughly mostly cloudy skies, and those wind turbines are spinning, so we're looking at a little bit of some breezy action. Now going on to the North Texas region, we're seeing temperatures roughly in the low 70s. We got Bowie out there in 71, Graham out there in 73, Stephenville at 70, and then Sulphur Springs at 70. Fort Worth is at 73, Dallas is at 69. And then going out to the state map, we're going to see a little bit of the same thing, but with a little more variation. Amarillo is way out there at 59, and then the H-Town, Houston, is at 75. That's all I got for 7-day forecast. We are going to look at partly cloudy skies for today with a little bit of clearing up action. Tomorrow we're looking at a 30% chance of rain, and after Thursday, we're going to look at clearing action with some lower temperatures in the high 60s, with the exception of Saturday being at 71. The lows will be in the high 40s. That's all I got for full weather. Back to y'all.
For having us, America. Bye.
Those are the words of tourists now able to travel here in the U.S. again. The U.S. is accepting vaccinated individuals from different countries. People who wish to travel to the U.S. will have to show proper vaccination documentation and a negative COVID-19 test. Yesterday, 253 international flights were scheduled to arrive at the Newark Liberty and JFK airports. And not only can people fly over to the U.S., but now walk over as well. The U.S. and Mexican borders are opening up and letting people with proper documentation travel with after almost 2 years. Vania Castillo has more.
We've been seeing people crossing over from Juarez here at the Zaragoza Bridge, and every person I've spoken with say they're grateful. Some saying they haven't been in the country for almost 2 years and say this is a moment they won't forget.
Gracias a Dios, aquí estamos, mire.
El Paso and Ciudad Juarez, sister cities divided by the pandemic, reunited once again.
Más por tener familia aquí.
Enrique Perales woke up before the sun could even think about rising, making his way to the Isleta port of entry, anxious to be reunited with his family after being separated for almost 2 years.
Creímos que iba a estar muy lleno.
Waiting to cross into the U.S. since 7 p.m. last night as the borders opened to non-essential travel. But by 12 a.m., Perales was already in the United States, something he didn't expect. Vicente Castro seeing the same thing at the Paso del Norte Bridge.
Llegamos bien temprano.
Saying he came as early as he did because he expected a long wait time, but says he crossed in less than 15 minutes.
Pues acá tengo a mis hijas, tengo familia.
Maria Herrera made the journey longing to hold her daughters after almost 2 years.
Nosotros no podíamos hacerlo.
Saying she was grateful her family could come visit her, but says it was still painful knowing she couldn't do the same. But today she can rest easier.
Estuvo fácil.
The people I spoke with say the journey was quick and easy, and even though they have to show proof of vaccination, they say this experience has solidified just how the hearts of these two cities beat as one.
Estamos en lazo ahí todos.
It's been an emotional moment for families reuniting, some saying they haven't seen each other in almost 2 years. Reporting from the U.S.-Mexico border, I'm Vania Castillo.
When we return, see what movies are having people excited to watch.
And it's homecoming week. We have the inside scoop on what UNT has to offer. More when we come back.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Got a quarter?
It started with the original care package, and millions more like it. Passed from hand to hand, across land and sea, to help survivors in the aftermath of war. As we grew, we found better ways to help those in need. Ways to make a real difference, not just today, but tomorrow as well. Be the difference in people's lives. Help help deliver lasting change at care.org.
Your voice, your vote. In our democracy, they matter and make our community and our country stronger. So make yours count. Get registered, learn the issues, know the candidates, and vote by or on November 3rd. Visit vote411.org for registration and election information. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Yesterday night, UNT Regents appointed Michael R. Williams as the new chancellor of the UNT system. Williams was previously the president of the UNT Health Science Center at Fort Worth. Under his leadership there, the center created more than 650 new medical residency slots for the Dallas-Fort Worth region and opened a new pharmacy school. The center also ranked first among U.S. medical schools for innovation and research impact, according to the George W. Bush Institute. The UNT System Board of Regents is confident in their decision and believes in Williams' vision and understanding of the institution. Well, Marvel Eternals got slammed by critics recently. However, there is still hope for Marvel's next theatrical release, the highly anticipated Spider-Man No Way Home. A teaser trailer was released recently, which racked up startling 355.5 million views within the first 24 hours. Sony also revealed an official poster 2 days ago. The poster teases the return of Doc Ock from the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. The Green Goblin is also depicted in the background. Two other Spider-Man villains, Electro and Sandman, are slightly teased in the poster. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, who depicted previous versions of the web-slinger, are also rumored to make their return. The movie is expected to hit theaters in North America on December 17th.
Well, I know I'm definitely excited to see my favorite friendly neighborhood hero in theaters soon. And another movie I'm looking forward to see is Hocus Pocus, which is currently in production.
Gabby, you aren't the only one excited about that movie coming out. Hocus Pocus 2 is being filmed in Newport, Rhode Island, and it's bringing a lot of excitement to the town as well as an economic impact. Kelly O'Neill has the inside scoop.
Film crews for Hocus Pocus 2 have been jumping from city to city in Rhode Island. But tonight will be the first night the cameras will be rolling in Newport.
So we got a notice on our door that we were going to be affected maybe by the roads closed or just having a heads up that there'll be some activity down in the middle of town.
A city spokesperson says there'll be 4 days of filming in Newport this week and 2 more days next week. That means traffic detours around Washington Square through November 17th. A source tells us most of the filming will be done at night. Food trucks have already set up shop around Eisenhower Park. The city of Newport will be collecting police, fire, and park rental fees with permission to operate here through December 10th.
They eat at local restaurants, they shop locally, and it's just great right before the holiday season to see traffic down here.
Businesses nearby say they've already noticed an increase in foot traffic, and it couldn't come at a better time.
A lot of traffic down here. Usually in November we slow down. Us being a summer destination, we don't have that much traffic going on, so it's really nice to see all the people coming out and getting excited about it.
Cutie Curls owner India Kenyon couldn't be more excited for this city to be the backdrop of a major Disney film.
I personally love Hocus Pocus. My 3 girls grew up watching it, so I'm a big fan, and I just think it's really neat that they're right here in Newport, Rhode Island.
That is so exciting. I cannot wait to see this movie. I am 110% sure it will be amazing.
No, me too. It looks like we have some great entertainment coming our way. And now for some more local entertainment, it is homecoming week. So if you're looking for ways to celebrate, we have you covered.
We'll take you to our reporter Malaya Whiteside in the Student Union, who has the scoop about what UNT has to offer this week. Malaya?
This homecoming, celebrate everything with all things that are green. Head over to Champ's Dining Hall and enjoy green ice cream, pesto pasta, and mean green grown lettuce. This event lasts until now, all the way until 2 p.m. this afternoon, so you have plenty of time to relish in today's festivities. Grab a friend and enjoy a meal with your meal plan, or pay an $8.45 fee plus tax. I'm Malaya Whiteside with ntTV, sending it back to the desk.
Thanks, Malaya. Now, we all know it's UNC Homecoming Week, and it's all about keeping our campus clean and green during these upcoming events.
After all, we are the Mean Green. So here is Brianna Moore to tell us about how our students are contributing.
Thanks, guys. Well, this past week, I had the amazing opportunity to speak with UNT students on how their efforts and ways keep UNT clean on a daily basis. But most importantly, how they will keep the campus clean and green during this homecoming season. Let's take a look. Reduce, reuse, recycle. All things we have been told in order to make the world a better place. The University of North Texas, a Tier 1 school that specializes in providing students with essential ways to practice being green campus-wide, from reusable water fountains to solar-powered turbines. Today, Living Green takes you into the University Union, where we ask students just what they are doing to keep our campus and environment green. Or should I say mean green? All right, Emily and Aiden, what are some ways y'all help keeping UNT clean?
So me and my roommate go through a lot of apple juice. We use these plastic bottles, but we always make sure we put them in the recycling bin and fill our thing up.
Yeah, and I've decided to start carrying around a plastic straw I can use when I'm getting like drinks at the Union or something. So I don't use those ugly plastic straws. I got my own reusable one.
Well, Mean Green family, the season of homecoming is approaching, where Eagles and their families near and far flock to campus to celebrate the pride and tradition of UNT. From spirit-filled parades, tailgating, and even the famous UNT bonfire. We spoke with some current Eagles on how they will be staying true to the meaning behind Mean Green during this homecoming season. All right, Essie, during this homecoming season, what are some ways you and your peers are going to help keep the campus green?
So I'm going to encourage my friends to prefer to use their recyclable or reusable water bottles rather than plastic water bottles, because we need to stay hydrated as well.
Instead of all flocking to the stadium in our cars, we take the bus to just reduce some of the traffic and what do you call this, exhaust that comes out of the cars when there's like a whole bunch in one area.
Awesome, thank you. We are Mean Green. With ntTV, this is Brianna Moore.
Thanks, Brianna. Now, there was an incident yesterday at a playground in Maryland. After one child passed around THC-laced edibles, 8 students felt ill. After faculty learned of the situation, ambulances and police cars rushed to Ball Barnhart Elementary School. First responders brought the 8 children into an ambulance for observation until they could be brought back to their parents. Luckily, none of the children needed treatment, but here's what parents had to say about the incident.
Response to the incident.
Oh my God, my heart was racing so fast. I was actually at the grocery store and I just dropped what I had in the store and came right over.
I was just hoping that it wasn't my children.
With Veterans Day right around the corner, the UNT Military History Center hosted their 38th annual Hurley Seminar. I got the chance to find out what the theme was all about, as well as learn from a war veteran and military historian themselves. The 38th annual Hurley Seminar took place this past Saturday. The focus of this year's conference is conventional war or insurgency, the strategy and tactics of the Vietnam War. The theme is very fitting, considering it has been almost 50 years since the last withdrawal of U.S. combat troops from Vietnam. Attendees got the chance to hear from the perspectives of 2 guest speakers on the war, following with a Q&A.
We had a great opportunity to get Colonel Tony Nadal, who was one of the, you remember the 7th Cavalry Regiment that fought at the Battle of Ia Drang in November 1965, which was one of the first major battles between U.S. forces, which had just come into South Vietnam in 1965 for the first time. So we grabbed him to get his kind of first-hand experiences, and then we brought in a really good Vietnam War historian, Andrew Wiest from University of Southern Mississippi, who kind of can give us the deep background, but also kind of address the question, well, was Vietnam actually winnable or not?
These seminars are a great way for people, especially students, to dive even deeper into history, seeing and hearing from war veterans and experts.
Even students that are, majoring in history, they tend to they'll sort of see it as a course they take and certain readings they do to get through to the final exam or whatever. And this shows us such an active field where you're kind of contrasting the views of scholars, researchers, but also practitioners. And so they kind of see history being, made and analyzed right in front of them, and they get a sense of its kind of diversity and complexity.
The Military History Center will be hosting another seminar in the spring with a different theme, so definitely mark your calendars if you're interested.
Now, it has been so great to see the Mean Green back on the winning streak. I'm hoping they keep that for homecoming, though.
Yes, totally. I've been loving these Mean Green wins. Nick, do you think it's going to be staying this way?
I think there's a good chance of that, Christine. UNT football is now on the back half of their season, and they might have more to play for than you think. More of that and other things to come in the sports world when we come back. Stay with us.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak, and I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
I'm going to be honest for a second. I've been a bit of a homer here at ntTV, strolling in here, disseminating great Cowboys news and highlights for 6 straight weeks. In those 6 weeks, they've been winning. So I would be remiss to not talk about whatever that was they put on the field Sunday. So Cowboys haters, please enjoy. The Cowboys took on the Denver Broncos in what was the thrashing of a lifetime. The Dallas offense walked onto that field in their white uniforms and their, what I'm convinced now is a cursed helmet with the red stripe to honor our military, of course, and cut their offensive production in half. There were many times where one could have simply, probably, and should have just turned off their TV and walked away. But if you like to suffer as much as I do, you would have seen that in the fourth quarter, the score was 30-0. The Dallas defense had Teddy Bridgewater looking like a Hall of Famer and gave up season highs on the ground, with the offense following suit, putting up season lows until they finally put up some points in garbage time. The Cowboys avoided the shutout, but nonetheless lose to Denver 30-16, and I'm done talking about it. Saturday, UNT football ran down to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and then simply just kept running. The Mean Green had 200-yard rushers on the ground against the Golden Eagles, and Isaiah Johnson and Ikaika Ragsdale. Although it was 14-0 in the middle of the second quarter, UNT rallied, railing off 38 of their points unanswered. The Mean Green defense stood tall, holding Southern Miss to just 116 yards through the air. The Mean Green win 38-14, coming back to Denton on a 2-game win streak. With that, UNT controls its destiny. If the Mean Green run the table, winning every game, then they make the bowl game. From here on out, it's win and you're in. Back to
Thanks, Nick. Well, to get us into the Christmas spirit, the largest indoor Christmas tree is being assembled right here in Dallas.
That's right, Gabby. It's actually a tradition that has been spanned over 35 years, standing at 95 feet high with over 1,700 branches to fluff.
The tree can be found at the Galleria here in Dallas, surrounded by an ice skating rink. So if you're looking to get into the Christmas spirit, you can visit the mall this weekend when the tree is set to be completed.
That sounds so fun and exciting, you guys. I'm very excited for Christmas. I don't know about you guys.
I'm excited for ice skating. I don't know how, but I'm going to figure it out.
What about you? Do you know how to ice skate?
I so want to ice skate.
Let's do it together.
All right. Thanks for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 p.m. here on North Texas Television.